Hello everyone, my name is Shivdeep. Welcome to RPM Finishing School and Consultancy. Today I'll take you to the online presentation of Financial Analyst Training Program. Basically, we'll be giving you a brief about what the program is all about. Since this is an online recorded demo, so what you can do is if you have any doubts regarding any of the things, at the end of you can see the numbers at the bottom of the page, or you can call us on these numbers or put us a mail. We'll get back to you regarding your specific queries. So starting with the program, this is what the presentation agenda is. We'll start with what FATP 2.0 is all about. Then we'll talk about the skeleton of the program, the eligibility criteria. We'll go with the placement track, and we'll end up with question and answer session. Now this is an offline, basically it's a recorded thing. So Q&A will not be online kind of a thing, but you're always welcome to note down your queries, whatever doubts you have. You can send us on the numbers, or you can mail us the same. Starting with FATP 2.0, FATP 2.0 is an upgraded version of our highly successful financial analyst training program. Now, why have this name be changed from FATP to FATP 2.0? Because we have remodeled the entire program in accordance to whatever skill set that is required in the current job scenarios. Now, this is basically the modification has happened because of the feedback we have received from different HRs and our students who are placed in different companies. This FATP 2.0 is it's a 10 weeks program, and it's focused on skill development in financial sector. This is basically we'll start with the program structure is such that we start morning with a newspaper session, followed by the economic analysis, then we'll start with a regular program. It's a 10-week program, and this is highly practical in nature. Whatever we are studying, we would be applying Excel as a primary tool. So this focuses highly on Excel, and VBA macros is now a part of the program. We will be understanding the introduction to macros. During the course of the program, you will learn making dynamic financial model. This is what I will be discussing in the coming slides, and valuation of security using different valuation model. The program is, as we discussed, is practical in nature, and you will be given solved example, and the periodic test will happen over a period of time. Moving ahead, I'll take you to the skeleton of the program. The program starts with basic and advanced Excel. Now, Excel is an analytical tool that is used by most of the brokerage and the investment houses for doing analysis. Though there are other tools which have come in picture like R or SAS, but Excel is still primarily the basic tool for analysis. So we'll be focused on basic and advanced Excel. In advanced Excel, we will be looking at VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index match, pivots, advanced chart, dynamic chart. So all this we'll be looking into advanced Excel. Then we'll move to VBA for Excel, which I'll hold during the program, and we'll doing this after we do financial modeling. Now there's a purpose behind this, because VBA itself is little difficult. So if you mix it with financial modeling, it becomes a problem. So it's better to learn financial modeling and then come back to VBA for Excel. Then we'll be discussing about financial markets. Now financial markets, we'll discuss local as well as global markets. We'll talk about the regulators that we have in different global markets, and we'll talk about financial intermediaries. When it comes, then comes a corporate finance model. We'll have talk about NPV, IRR, basically capital budgeting. Talk about capital budgeting, NPV, IRRs, payback period, discounted payback, and all those stuffs. Basically, we will be trying and figuring out an optimal capital budget here. Then we'll move into building and analyzing financial statement. In building and analyzing financial statement, we will be starting from very scratch, from zero, wherein we'll be seeing how entries are done. Then we'll be moving into pulling up the data and analyzing the entire statement. We'll be doing the ratio analysis for the same, and we'll know how to build this, put them into an Excel, and put the formulas. Then we'll move to EIC. EIC is economy, industry, and company framework. In economy, the participants will be tracking a sector of economy after the theoretical classes, and they will be making presentations for the same. Industry, we will be writing an industry report. I'll take you through the industry jargons, industry life cycle. In company, we'll be tracking a company. You will pick a company from your own industry, and then you'll write a company profiling report on this company profile. Once this is done, we'll move to projections and valuations of equities. Now in projection and valuations, I'll take you through the this presentation of projections and valuations. Is basically financial modeling we'll be doing. In this, we'll start off with the building of the financial models. We'll be trying and putting this is how the entire financial modeling is divided. Stage 1 is building the financial model, where we'll be inputting the data from different data sources, build up income statement, balance sheet and cash flow as per our requirement, putting manual formulas. Then we'll make this for industry, then we'll build up the common size and do a ratio analysis here. In the projection, we'll be looking at projection variables. There could be different projection variables. We'll decide what projection variables to be taken, and this entire model will be dynamic in nature. Then we'll be building the schedulers for income statement and the schedulers for the balance sheet. At the end, once this is done, we'll be using these 5 models to value the security. Using a DDM, discounting of cash flow, DCF, we'll be looking in DCF, we will be looking at both things, FCFE and FCFF. Then we'll move into relative valuation. Here we'll be looking at parameters like price to book value, price to sales, EV by EBITDA, EV by EBIT, and then P by E. Regression based model, this is basically statistical model where we try and figure out the relationship between 2 different variables, could be price, could be market cap. Now I'll take you to the model, how this model has been built. This is the data that we have got from the data source, income statement, balance sheet. Then we have built up the income statement, right? This is the known years that we have here, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. And here we have projected the variables for future years. Now this projection has been done using the parameters, as I told. These are the basic parameters that we have put in here. As and when I change my parameter, you can see the entire thing will automatically be changing. So this is how this model has been built up. You change one of the parameters, the entire valuation will change. And you will have control on each and every parameters. So we will be utilizing a simple if loop here to build up the entire income statement. Then we'll build up the balance sheet, the entire balance sheet. Then we'll move to cash flow. In cash flow, we'll not be putting annual manual entries. They would be hard code related to income statement and balance sheet. Then we'll move to common size, where everything would be expressed as a percentage of sales for income statement and as a percentage of total assets in the balance sheet. Then we will develop our schedulers, asset turnovers, debt schedulers, interest schedule, depreciation schedule, the dividend schedule, the WACC using finding the cost of capital using a CAPM, then FCFF, FCFE, and the marginal cost rate. Then we will calculate the industry income statement, industry balance sheet. Now, why do we need this? We need this for the comparison. Our industry in relative valuation should follow whatever is happening in the industry. Then we'll move to calculating of beta. This would be a regress beta, wherein we'll be taking prices, daily movement on the stock and the index for a period of time, and we'll be utilizing the covariance formula for calculating the beta. Then we'll go into regression. This is statistical measure where we try and figure out the relationship between GDP, inflation, or any of the variables with the industry and company. And if there is any relationship found, we'll try and calculate the value of industry. Then from industry, we'll try and calculate the value of company. This is basically utilizing the E, I, and C analysis here. At the end, we'll move to valuations. So this is a valuation sheet, the DDM model, the DCF model, relative valuation, EVA, and regression. That's a statistical model. As and when required, we develop it. Once this valuation is, let me go back to the presentation. Once the valuation done, we will be writing a company report. Now, Excel is, people do not understand Excel. You need to write a report based on whatever your findings are. So I'll show you a report written by one of the students. So that's a company profiler. This is written by Deepesh. So this is a company profiler he has wrote. He would be building same kind of reports for your submission. Then valuation report. This is the valuation report for Sun Pharma, written by students as on 31st of March. This is the target that everything has been achieved. So if you look at there, this is how we will be writing the entire report. And this you would be writing, we will be just providing you guidelines on how to do it. So once this is done, we will end the course with the introduction to derivatives and technical analysis. we'll be finishing up with derivatives and technical analysis. In the meantime, the interview preparation will be going, and you can expect your CV to be floating and interviews coming your way after the projection of the financial modeling is done. Now, debt is also a part of fixed income securities, which we will cover under slightly under corporate finance to calculating beta and all those things. So this module is basically the placement modules cover the basics of math, stats, logical reasoning, presentation skills. Basically, this contains everything that you require while giving your interview. Eligibility, coming to eligibility, the CA, CFA, MIFA, MS Finance, CFPs, MBA Finance, MCOM, BCOM. So people who are looking forward for a change of role or looking forward for a new job are most welcome to explore their opportunities here. And now coming to placement track, FATP enjoys excellent placement track assistance. If you look at the track record we have at RVM, you can go to the placement page. This is the site, and these are the places. This is a tentative list of students who have got placed through us, and we try and maintain the high levels of placements. Now this basically placement is a two-way process. We'll give our best, you have to give our best, because you would be facing the interview. For now, we coming to the end. Thank you so much all for listening to the presentation. For as discussed earlier, for any Q&A, you can call any of the numbers given the bottom of the slide, or you can visit website and put your inquiries there. Thank you again for joining. Have a great evening. Bye bye.